Generation Z is made up of 53 million kids born between 1995 and 2012. These kids will come of age for military recruitment beginning in 2013, and the number of recruits will increase until about 2020. 78% of today's market is made up of millennials. By 2020, 78% of the market will be made up of Generation Z. In the millennial generation, 71% of 17 to 24-year-olds did not qualify for military service when they visited a recruiting office. By learning the mindset of Generation Z, the recruiting force may be able to attract qualified, dedicated applicants to join the military. Those in Generation Z are self-learners, tech-savvy, collaborative, well-informed, diverse, and entrepreneurial. When comparing the past generation of millennials to Generation Z, both millennials and Generation Z are tech-savvy. However, millennials work across 2 screens, while Generation Z works across many. Millennials think in 3D, while Generation Z thinks in 4D. Millennials are transparent and share all, while Generation Z judiciously shares and turns off geolocation. Millennials are multicultural, while Generation Z is blended. Millennials communicate with text, and Generation Z communicates with images. Millennials tend to be now-focused, and Generation Z tends to be future-focused. Millennials are optimistic, and those in Generation Z are realist. Millennials want to be discovered, while Generation Z wants to work for success. Millennials are team-oriented, and Generation Z is collaborative conscious. When looking at brands, Generation Z finds product quality to be more relevant than the product name. This generation prefers experience over possessions. Generation Z buys what is meaningful and relevant to them over what is popular. An on-demand economy allows for personalized services. Purchases are mainly based on usage compared to a one-size-fits-all economy. This creates the buying culture for Generation Z. This generation spends more money on food and drinks than any other item. 60% of those in Generation Z are active volunteers who want to have an impact and change the world. 41% of Generation Z spends more than 3 hours per day on non-school related projects using technology. 81% of online teens use some type of social media. 26% of Generation Z would have to fly to visit most of their social media friends. 52% of teens use YouTube as a search engine. The majority of Generation Z communicates using speed, pictures, and emojicons. They're developing their own generational language. In a 3-year period, 3 million teens have left Facebook for apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and Meerkat. Generation Z spends a significant amount of time gaming. Twitch.tv is a social gaming broadcasting site. This site has over 45 million unique viewers per month, is watched 12 million minutes per month, and has 6 million total videos broadcasted per month. Generation Z is curious and seeks education and knowledge. The majority of this generation have participated in some sort of online learning. To engage with Generation Z, it is recommended that you depict them as diverse, talk in images, emojis, symbols, pictures, and videos, communicate more frequently and use snackable content, tell across multiple screens, be humble, give them control and preference for settings, collaborate with them, feed their curiosity. How does this transfer to recruiting? Acquire a spot in the school paper and give chunks of information about the military over time. Set up volunteer opportunities for students to work with military members to give back to the community. This could be a military-supported event or in collaboration with organizations like Habitat for Humanities. Set up practice sessions with military members to train for a 5K to help bring awareness to topics like cancer. At recruiting events, have food and drinks, preferably organic, at a table instead of keychains and pens. Set up gaming stations for kids to hang out and play. Also display military items that will develop curiosity to pull Generation Z into conversation. Communicate through images, emojis, symbols, pictures, and video during presentations. Speak your words and show your content. In what other ways can this information be used to enhance recruiting events with Generation Z in mind?